questions. Number one, something on the Parshas Terumah. Yichuli Terumah, take for me Terumah. Okay, we have a kasha, why taking and not giving. Rashi, our go-to parish, he tells us everything. He tells us the behind the scenes. He tells us what's going on. He says, Yichuli, what does it mean to take for me? Li lishmi, take it for my name. It's a very underwhelming shot. It doesn't sound like he's adding anything. Question number one. What's Rashi telling us when he says Li lishmi? Question number two. Let's move over to Purim. Coming up about in the Torah. It says in the Megillah everything but the Shem Hashem. Everyone knows. It doesn't say Shem Hashem. And the Gemara reveals to us the deepest of the deep that every time it says Melech, it doesn't say Melech HaChashverosh, it's just talking about the Rebbeinu Shalom. Beautiful. Try this. Why? It's the Hester of Purim. Why does Hashem leave it out? Why is Hashem hiding from us? Why? This is the third question. Why do we need to be marvin b'simcha? Why Adar? Every day should be marvin b'simcha. It should be a gradual ascent to ecstasy. Why specifically Adar? Are we supposed to be being marvin our simcha? We have Purim. Oh, the Yeshua of Purim. 100%. Pesach, we shouldn't be partying. We should be more b'simcha for Nisan. We shouldn't be more b'simcha Tishrei for Sukkot. We should be more b'simcha in Kislev for the other Yom Tov D'Rabbanan of Hanukkah. Why? What does Purim have to do with Simcha? More than every other mitzvah. Those are our three questions. First of all, what's Li Lishmi? 2, why is Hashem hiding from us? And 3, what's the Simcha of Adar, the special Simcha of Purim that all the other mitzvahs do not have? Listen to this. This is the most incredible part of it. It's just it's fundamental. By explaining why Hashem's hiding from us, we're going to answer the other 2 questions. I heard this part from Charlie Harari, and you think it might be dangerous to create an inspirational video of another inspirational video, and it's true. Inspiration is a dangerous thing. It's a facade. There's nothing real about inspiration. It's a feeling. It's like having internet, and you think that you have all the knowledge in the world, but you don't, because if I asked you without Google, you wouldn't know it. You don't actually know it. Inspiration, you feel like you're on this next level, but you're not, unless you take the inspiration and you change something in your life. But you use the inspiration. You use it. It's a tool. It's a tool to build something. Build something with the inspiration, and then you will never live the same. You have a kid whose father's taking him for a ride. He's on his shoulders, his famous mashal, and Rashi brings it down. That, and the kid says, "Oh, Tati, get me this." And the father says, "Sure." And he goes and he says, "Tati, can I have an apple?" Yeah, picks him an apple. "Tati, can you give me that toy?" Sure, gives him the toy. Comes the whole thing. And they're going on the greatest field trip ever. And at one point, the kid calls to strangers walking by and says, "Yidele, have you seen my father?" Right? So Rashi brings this down by Amalek. The father throws him to the dogs. So you know where I am? What's that? It's a little extreme. Like, I can't imagine a father actually taking his kids and throwing them to dogs because he doesn't know where he is. The Vort is that the Rebbeinu Shalom is staring us in our face. We don't have the base of Mikdash. First and the second, more so by the second, Hashem was right there and we weren't looking at it. We were looking right past it. It's like 2 people having a conversation, talking past each other, except it was a wonderful conversation. The Rebbeinu Shalom was there. There were nisim right and left. We saw the Rebbeinu Shalom panim al panim. It was the most obvious thing in the world. And we weren't responding. We weren't relating. It was a one-way relationship. So the Rebbeinu Shalom said, "It's much better for you not to be able to see me and to look for me than for you to be able to see me and you're not looking at me." So Hashem said, "Look, I'm gonna hide behind this. You guys go over there and try to find me. Look for me. There's nothing more dear than a child looking for his father." He says, "I'm gonna go hide. Come find me. You're playing hide and go seek. The highlight of the game is you finally find the guy you're looking for." The Rebbeinu Shalom says, "When I'm standing right in front of you, you don't care about me, so I'm going to go far away and I beg of you, look for me." Hashem tells us, take Terumah lishmi. We We're doing stuff, we do actions, Yom and Valayla, the whole Vort of the Shkolim is to count the heads of every class, so attach your heads to your actions. Think about what you're doing. Do it for Hashem. You're washing hands on Kiddush Yadayim. That's not a push of a thing. Asher Kiddushono b'mitzvah tzivanu. No guy can wash his hands and be sanctified by that process. But we can, because we have that relationship, because the Rebbe Shalom asked us to do that. That's a way of connecting with Hashem. Every little thing, which, famous, which shoe do you tie first? Who cares? It's not about what you're doing, it's about who you're doing it for. And that's what's so geschmack about Adar. That's why we have a real simcha on Adar, because we can't see Hashem. It's the Hester of the Rechi Aster and yet, we know that our Father's in there. We knew that Hashem was running the show. It looks like it was just a big political movement that was going on in Shushan, but we knew, it's my tati. That's the ultimate simcha. When we finally find the person we're looking for, when we finally win hide and go seek, the Rebbe Hashem was playing hide and come seek. And we found him. There's a Maisa about a Yid, an Alti Yid who passed away. Baruch Hashem is in his 90s. And when they were going through his stuff after the Levaya, they found an entire shelf, a big shelf of notebooks. Tons of notebooks. And they opened it up, they're like, what is this? This is Kedusha Torah, what's going on in here? And they see every single notebook has bullet points. And every bullet says something along the lines of, thank you for helping me find my socks this morning. Thank you for making the light turn green when I needed it. Thank you for helping me get on time even though there was traffic. Thank you. Little tiny things that happened that the Rebbe Shalom did for this year. And there were notebooks and notebooks. He's been doing this for years. His kids wanted to get a number of how many notebooks he had written. Just to be able to tell people how close this relationship was. And they counted. 5, 10, 15, 30, 50, 70, 80, 100, 200, 300, 400, 600, 605, 610, 613 notebooks filled to the brim, not one more, not one less. He had written 613 thank you notebooks to Hashem. And his final one was right here. Isn't that incredible? How do you build a relationship? By looking for Hashem. And Mirta Hashem. Hashem will take us from this darkness, from this concealment, and he'll say, you're looking for me? You found me. And we're going to go into Pesach to the Geula, and we'll be able to see Hashem clearly like never before. Tzur Yisroel, Tzur Yisroel.